Here I am stirring apple butter. You can see I've got this big stick here, and we got a cauldron full of apple butter. This is a ton of apple butter. Should make 300 jars worth, but you can check out this big stick I got. This big wooden paddle stirs the apple butter. It has to be stirred for about 3 whole days. You can check out the consistency of it there. And yes, it is smoking. That's all the water evaporating off the top. So we've been keeping a fire going all day today and making sure that we get this apple butter going. We're gonna be adding the spices soon, and it's delicious. I've already tried some from last year, so it's quite exciting. Here, stirring the apple butter at the Homestead area. Y'all be sure to make your apple butter. It's time for apple butter. This is actually an ancient way of life for people in the Virginia area. I guess not ancient, but it's pretty old. People have been doing this for hundreds of years, stirring their apple butter, usually done on a cool night after the apples have been harvested in the fall, and it is cooked all day as they play flutes, dance, sing, and drink and be merry and whatnot, and everyone stocks up their apple butter for the year. So this is a community activity which has gone on in the Appalachians for a very long time, areas around Charlottesville, stirring the apple butter. Here with Global Patriot John Adams. Make waves, make tsunamis, and make apple butter. You can see that the fire is dying down. We are actually getting ready to put it out for tonight. It takes 2 to 3 days for us to cook without having night hours, which traditionally they would actually cook it all night long and into the next day, but here we've got, laws against that, I guess, and we just don't really want to have people working all night. So we're going to be shutting it down, covering up with tinfoil over the night, and we're going to be starting it again the next day. So it's only going to be out of commission from about 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and the apple butter's being made. This is actually what it looks like before we add spices and sugar. So we're going to add a bunch of sugar in there, and then some spices like garlic and some other different herbs and whatnot. This is going to help spice it up. So it's not actually butter, it's apple. It's basically applesauce that is heavily dehydrated down. That's what we're getting rid of, the water right there. You see it all coming off. So we're getting rid of the water, and it's basically smoky applesauce at the moment, but pretty shortly it's going to be apple butter with all the spices and other treats in there. It's going to be delicious. You can use it on almost any type of bread, cookie, cracker, anything like that. You can mix it into oatmeal and a million other different ways. It's very useful, a good way to utilize apples when you have way too many. This actually took about 125 gallons worth of cored and peeled apples to fill this cauldron here. And this is a very, very big cauldron. It's hard to tell exactly what size, but you can see if I put my hand over here, it is a big, big cauldron. Lots of apple butter. Yum, yum. So is it really any wonder where the witch's cauldron thing comes from? Seems pretty clear that in the fall times people are going to be brewing some stuff up. Usually women actually partake in this activity and whatnot. So I guess this is a witch's brew. We're brewing up a large amount of food. Going to be canning it, utilizing it for years to come, possibly even decades. This stuff can last in a can. So harness witch's power right here. Let's go. Witch's brew. Delish. We are still picking up blackberries here in late October. You can see we have some that are very large. This one's much bigger than my thumb. Let's see if we can get a zoom on that. There we go. They're coming in very good. Some of them obviously will have to be used for jam and whatnot, but it's working out very well. As long as you can avoid the bees. There are plenty of bees, hornets, and other things like that. We gotta watch out for those. So it's going pretty well. Picking up blackberries too out here. Not quite as many as the raspberries. We've got a full tote of them right here. And we've got a full bucket full of jam right there. So this is all gonna go a long way. That's worth 60 bucks there. This is gonna make several jars of jam worth about $5 a piece. So pretty good haul for a couple hours. So we were actually worried about getting our first frost last night. However, it looks like all the flowers are gonna make it. That's usually the worry, is that the flowers here will die. If we can focus on them. Yeah, you see them in between the forming berries. So they look fine. But my hands were very cold picking these 33-degree berries this morning at 7 a.m. But tough work, at least a good success. Gonna keep it up. Here we are at the end of the raspberry season. Picking these little gems of gold. They're basically like natural gummy bears. So we're finding these. Getting every last one. And there's plenty of them at the moment. It is late October. So we're picking berries. Lots of hard work. Check out all these berries. They're everywhere. So we're going to be picking those. And we got this thing here to hold them. You got a light shield or possibly rain shield depending on the conditions. And you collect up your jam. And that's all the soft fruit which you boil down, turn into jam and everything like that. So just out here in the fields working hard. Go Patriot.